My girlfriend said she was going to New York for her college friend's wedding, but when I discovered the truth, what happened next, she never saw coming. Changed everything in an instant. I'm 27, and up until 3 weeks ago, I thought I had my life figured out. I'd been with Emma for almost 4 years. We met at a mutual friend's barbecue, hit it off immediately, and moved in together after 18 months. She worked in marketing. I do consulting work that keeps me traveling about twice a month. We weren't perfect, but we were solid. Or so I thought. It started on a Tuesday morning in early October. Emma was packing for what she said was a weekend trip to New York for her college friend Melissa's wedding. I'd never met Melissa, but Emma talked about her occasionally. They'd been roommates sophomore year, stayed close, the usual story. I offered to come along, make it a couple's trip, but Emma said it was going to be just the girls, and that Melissa specifically wanted to keep it intimate. Fair enough. I had a project deadline anyway. She left Friday morning, kissed me goodbye, told me she'd text when she landed, and rolled her suitcase out the door wearing this navy dress I'd always loved on her. I went to work, came home, ordered Thai food, and settled in for a quiet weekend. She texted around noon. Landed. Hotel is gorgeous. Miss you already, 2 hearts. Saturday passed normally. A few texts here and there. Sunday morning, I woke up to a message. Wedding was beautiful. Crying happy tears. Home tomorrow afternoon. I sent back a heart emoji and went for a run. That's when everything unraveled. I got back from my run, sweaty and gross, and saw Emma's iPad sitting on the coffee table. She'd left it behind, which wasn't unusual. She mainly used it for reading. I picked it up to move it, and the screen lit up. Her iMessage was open, and right there, a text thread with a name I didn't recognize. Drew. The preview showed, "Can't wait to see you tonight. Room 414. My stomach dropped. I know I shouldn't have, but I opened it. I had to know. The messages went back weeks. Flirty at first, then explicit. Plans to meet up. Photos I will never be able to unsee. And then, the kicker. Tell your boyfriend you're going to a wedding. We'll have the whole weekend." There was no Melissa. There was no wedding. There was just Drew, some guy she'd apparently met at a work conference 2 months ago. I sat there on the couch for maybe 20 minutes, just staring at the screen, reading and rereading. My hands were shaking. I felt like I was going to throw up. Then, the anger kicked in. I screenshotted everything. Every message, every photo, every plan they'd made. Then I opened her laptop. Same password she'd used for everything since we started dating, and found her flight confirmation. She wasn't even in New York. She was in Boston. The hotel reservation was under both their names. I didn't call her. I didn't text her. I just sat there and planned. Update 1. Emma came home Monday around 3. I was sitting at the kitchen table with my laptop open, looking like I'd been working all day. She breezed in, all smiles, talking about how beautiful the ceremony was and how Melissa's dress was stunning. I just nodded along. "How was your weekend?" she asked, kicking off her shoes. "Quiet," I said. "Got a lot done." She didn't suspect a thing. That night, we ordered pizza and watched a movie like nothing had happened. She cuddled up next to me on the couch. I felt like I was living in a nightmare. Tuesday morning, I told her I had to fly out for work, last-minute client emergency. She bought it. I actually took the day off and met with a lawyer. I wanted to know where I stood. We weren't married, but we had a lease together, joint utilities, the whole domestic setup. The lawyer told me to document everything, protect my assets, and plan my exit carefully. So that's what I did. I also did something else. I found Drew on LinkedIn. Turns out he worked for the same company as Emma, just in a different division. And he was married. Wedding ring in his profile photo. Wife tagged in old Facebook posts. 2 kids under 5. I sat on that information for 2 days, just watching Emma go about her life like everything was normal. She'd text me during the day, send me funny memes, ask what I wanted for dinner. It was surreal. Thursday night, I made my move. I told Emma I needed to talk. She looked nervous immediately, like she knew, somehow, that the jig was up. "What's going on?" she asked, sitting down across from me. I pulled out my phone and opened the screenshots. Slid it across the table to her. "Want to tell me about Drew?" Her face went white, then red, then white again. She opened her mouth, closed it, opened it again. How did you? Your iPad," I said calmly. "You left it here." Messages synced. She started crying immediately. The ugly kind, with snot and gasping breaths. "I'm so sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. It was a mistake." It didn't mean anything. You planned an entire fake wedding trip, I said. You lied to me for weeks. That's not a mistake. That's a choice. She reached for my hand. I pulled away. Please, she sobbed. I love you. I'll end it. I'll do whatever you want. Just don't leave me. I'm not leaving you, I said. You already left. I'm just making it official. Update 2. That conversation ended with Emma sleeping in the guest room and me lying awake all night, staring at the ceiling. Friday morning, she left for work without saying a word. I packed her stuff, clothes, toiletries, photos, everything, into boxes and stacked them by the door. Then I changed the locks. Petty? Maybe. But the lease was in my name, and I'd been paying 70% of the rent since she got a pay cut last year. Legally, I was covered. She came home to her key not working. Called me 17 times. I didn't answer. Finally texted, your stuff is outside. Pick it up by tonight, or I'm donating it. She showed up an hour later with her sister. I watched from the window as they loaded boxes into a car. Emma kept looking up at the apartment, like she thought I might come down. I didn't. But I wasn't done. Saturday morning, I sent a message to Drew's wife through Facebook. Just the screenshots. No explanation needed. She responded within minutes. Thank you for telling me. Then I sent an anonymous email to Emma's HR department with a message thread. Their company had a strict fraternization policy, especially for people in different divisions who might create conflicts of interest. I didn't know if anything would come of it, but I wanted them to know. By Sunday, Emma was blowing up my phone. Not apologizing anymore. Now she was angry. Calling me vindictive, saying I'd ruined her life, that I had no right to contact Drew's wife or her job. I blocked her number. Drew's wife called me Tuesday. We had a long conversation. Turns out, this wasn't his first affair. She'd suspected for a while, but never had proof. She was filing for divorce and thanking me for finally giving her the evidence she needed. We ended up getting coffee that week. Nice woman. Didn't deserve any of this. Update 3. 2 weeks later, I heard through a mutual friend that Emma had been put on administrative leave pending an investigation at work. Drew had been fired outright. Apparently, there were other complaints about him that HR had been sitting on. Emma's sister called me, furious, saying I was a vindictive asshole who couldn't just let things go. I told her Emma made her choices and hung up. Emma tried to come by the apartment one more time. I didn't let her in, but we talked through the door. She said she'd made a mistake, that she was in therapy now, that she wanted to make things right. I told her the only thing she could do for me was stay out of my life. She left crying. I started dating again about a month later. Nothing serious, just getting back out there. It felt strange at first, like I was betraying something, even though I was the one who'd been betrayed. But slowly, it got easier. I stopped checking Emma's social media, stopped wondering what she was doing, stopped caring. Final update. It's been 3 months now. Emma moved back in with her parents in New Jersey. Drew's divorce was finalized last month, and his ex-wife got primary custody. Emma's still trying to find a new job. Turns out, getting fired for an affair doesn't look great on a resume, especially when your previous employer can't give you a reference. As for me, I'm good. Better than good, actually. I got a promotion at work. Started seeing someone new, a woman I met through a friend. She's kind, honest, and most importantly, she doesn't play games. We take things slow, but it feels right. Sometimes I think about that Tuesday morning when I found the messages. How different my life would be if I'd just ignored it, if I'd believed Emma's lies. Part of me wonders if I went too far with the HR email and contacting Drew's wife. But then I remember sitting on that couch, reading those messages, feeling my entire reality crumble. And I don't regret a damn thing. Edit 1. A lot of people are asking if I feel bad about Drew's kids. Honestly, yeah, sometimes. But their dad made his choices. I just made sure the truth came out. Edit 2. To everyone saying I should have just broken up with her quietly. Maybe you're right. But after 4 years and all those lies, I wasn't interested in quiet. I was interested in consequences.